And then counties will follow. We have counties which will be presenting to us today. And the first county will be Busia County. Let us continue keeping our phones on vibration or silent mode, and we continue taking care of our items. Meanwhile,
thank you so much. Technology may let down. My name is Luande Ernesto. I'm a member of Bonyala Maendeleo CBO. That is from Busia County, Western Region. We have a small presentation that will take less than even 10 minutes. So, presentation to the 2025 UIC National Conference. The title is Strengthening Digital Literacy, Community Accountability, and Education Transformation. Who are we? Busia Sen is a county-wide community-based organization promoting digital literacy, education rights, youth empowerment, school governance accountability, evidence-driven advocacy, and active and long-standing member of Eliminator Coalition. We have 15, in Busia Sen, we have 15 registered groups across all the 8 sub-counties. Busia County has 8 sub-counties. 12 of our members are fully paid up members of UIC and are represented here. So Busia imekuja na watu 12. So the average membership per group is 25. This gives Busia Sen a grassroots network of approximately 325 active members engaged in education advocacy and accountability. Kumekuwa na presentation hapa ya gender. When those guys were doing gender, we in Busia, tulikuwa tunafanya program inaitwa Generation Digital Project. And it is through that project that we did what I'm supposed, or what I'm yet to tell you. So the Generation Digital Project by EYC played a pivotal role in Busia Sen's institutional growth and credibility, in a way that it strengthened our working relationship with the Ministry of Education and TSC. It improved our visibility, legitimacy, and recognition as a county-level education actor. It sharpened our focus on digital literacy, disinformation, and education accountability. It enhanced our internal systems, advocacy clarity, and engagement capacity. This foundation positioned Busia Sen to attract new development partners. So through that collaboration, we wrote a proposal to DW Academia under the EU-supported Trust Lab initiative. This marked our major milestone and demonstrate how EYC support leads to donor confidence, government recognition, long-term organization sustainability, and scalable county-wide impact. Busia Sen's strategic focus areas includes digital literacy and digital resilience, combating disinformation, youth and women empowerment, school governance and accountability, disaster-sensitive education, especially in Budalangi, and strengthening coalition-based advocacy through EYC networks. The education challenges in Busia County. Digital inequalities in rural schools. Uneven teacher ICT capacity, limited devices, and internet access. There are some areas in Busia County hiyo network hata hakuna. Na kuna areas in Busia County that is not accessible, especially in the islands of Budalangi. Then we have the socio-economic barriers affecting school attendance. Then we have some schools with very weak performance and accountability structures in some schools. So Busia Sen programs directly responds to these realities. Overview of the Trust Lab Digital Literacy Program. It was supported by DW, Deutsche Welle Academy. That is European Union funded. The main focus was on media and digital literacy, fact-checking and critical thinking, digital safety and resilience, and youth leadership development. So the achievement here, we did a 5-day digital literacy training in 5 sub-counties, that is namely Bunyala, Butula, Nambale, Samia, and Teso South. As a result, we were able to train 125 youth and women, that is 73 female and 52 male. Then we trained, in fact, these people were trained in fact-checking, research, responsible digital engagement, CBE-linked IC use, and media literacy. Then we were able to create what we call a Busia Digital Ambassador Network made up of 25 trained digital ambassadors. These ambassadors were able to reach around 1,250 peers through cascading sessions. These ambassadors also enables us to have fast structured youth mechanism countering disinformation in the county. Then it also made us to have strengthened civic responsibility among youth and women. And this model aligns with the EYC's vision for community-owned advocacy. We were able to partner with local radio stations, including Bulala and Busia Border Radio, which enable us to reach to the whole county. So this impact led to improved teacher capacity for digital CBA-based instructions, stronger parental involvement through digital communication platforms, increased school governance accountability, and enhanced learner research and digital project skills. Key insights for EYC national advocacy. 1, digital literacy is essential for equitable CBE rollout. Grassroots youth engagement accelerates digital transformation. Media literacy safeguards communities from misinformation. Strong CBO networks strengthen national level advocacy. Then Ministry of Education and TSC collaboration enhances policy uptake. Then our strategic priorities for 2025 to 2027 is to expand the digital literacy to Matayos, Teso North, and Teso Central. Then we also wish to integrate fact-checking into all Busia Sen programs. Then we also wish to strengthen partnership with the Ministry of Education, TSC, ICT, and youth departments. Then digitally empower all 15 base groups within the SEN, and then we want to support EYC growing Busia SEN, because without EYC, we will not be known anywhere. EYC ndio wali to move from one step to the other. And it is because of that reason that Bunyala Maendeleo CBO, a member of Busia SEN, is offering its candidature for the position in the Board of Trustees. And our main purpose is to empower the grassroots to build a stronger EYC. Without empowering the grassroots structures, hivi vitu vyote ambavyo tunaongea hapa, education rights, gender, everything, when we have weak grassroots, then we can't achieve all what we want to achieve at the national level. Tunaomba kura yenu, mtupigie kura, tusaidiane kufanya kazi. Sina maneno mengi, mimi naitwa Luande Ernesto. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Busia County.
Nimemaliza my 10 minutes. Kitambo sana. Nimemaliza presentation.
Thank you so much, Busia County. Okay, now let's have Bungoma County under the gender project. Bungoma, welcome.
As Bungoma is coming to make their presentation in terms of sharing those stories that are important, kindly, for those who are presenting, I would like to put it on note that do we really kindly avoid the politics and leave it for other times. So yeah, welcome.
Okay, thank you very much for this opportunity. My name is Kiptorus Alex, working with Bungoma Education Network. Okay, as part of EYC journey with the rural communities, I wish to present to you some of the achievements and even what we have been able to achieve and through the support of EYC. And even before moving forward, one of the greatest moments that EYC has really helped us is that synergy that brings in the rural civil society together and even able to discuss their own issues and able to articulate at that county level, of which the duty bearers at the county level are able to take action that really support the communities. When we were having the interactions at the national level, I was able to meet with Melvin. Melvin is one of the very youngest civil society champion that really, when we shared our story here at national level, she was able to come to Bungoma. And last year I organized a young learners meeting for mentorship for about 50 young girls. And then she came and shared with them about sexual reproductive health and the challenges around their teenage stages and how they could be able to navigate throughout their education ladders. So for that reason, when we were about to end the meeting, I asked the girls that is there no any young girl that she's a namesake to Melvin? And one of the girls stood up very fast, smiling and saying, yes, I'm Melvin. So the Melvin from Nairobi here talk to the girl, and she asks her, where, at your education level, where are you? She said, I dropped out of school. Why? I became pregnant at Form 1. So then the girl, or Melvin, now asked the girl, would you wish to go back to school? And she said yes. Then we agree. When the schools were open this January, I took the girl back to school. And before that, I visited their home and really find the girl was really living in a very disadvantaged home. So through that, I was able to take the girl back to school, and thereafter, Melvin was able to pay her day school secondary fee. But then, unfortunate thing, the young girl who is about 14 years, again was pregnant for the second child. So she was forced to remain back within the, I think on March, April, there. So by this year, second term, move towards third term, the girl came back to school, and she's progressing well to school. Just imagine at that age, having 2 children. She lives with her mother and dad, who is a care dad, not actually her blood dad. So that is the situation in Bungoma, and how, as a civil society, as partners, we can come together and address these issues. Okay, one of the challenges between 2023, 2024, when we had a consultative meeting in Bungoma County supported by EYC, we were able to really map out the key challenges. And one of the strongest challenges that came in was about teenage pregnancies. And by then we had recorded 26,146 cases within that period. And then another issue was about the cultural practices. Among the Bukusu community and even the Sabot, we do circumcision ceremonies, especially for boys. And for the Bukusus, it can take like 3 to 4 months. And within that, our young teenage, between both boys and girls, really go through some of the unwanted practices within the community. And that contributes to a lot of dropouts and even teenage pregnancies. So when we are talking about decreasing barriers to access to education, especially for the girls, when we were in the meeting, and the same question we have been discussing here, that should we go for the a boy child or continue the girl child? So, and very strongly, the rural people are saying, wakati the teenage wanapendana, and even, yeah, at that level, nana anabeba mimba na nana anabaki nyumbani. So that is a question that we can proceed. So there is really a very strong need that we continue supporting the girl, but at the same time, bringing the boys as the allies to protect their girls. Because after doing that, we are able to build up very strong homes and even have developing society. So that is a problem, and analyzing further through the support of same members at the county level, we realize there is a problem of parenting. So we need to deal with the root problem, but not the fruits. So we thought of going for a positive parenting campaign. And really at the county level, I wish to thank the members who really supported the idea, and we push it further. Then we had the capacity building for members, stakeholders, review engagement meetings, and grassroots campaign. And we wish to report that, imagine just a small member organization, just a CBO or members at the county level, at that rural level, addressing the key challenges that are affecting community. And the whole media were very, very interested with the stories. Imagine it was covered over 4 national media stations and even the local media stations. And through that, we were able to reach a wider community members, and directly, currently adding the 16 days of activism, we are able to reach 1,600 directly, but also over 2 million watching us online, and even the online campaign that we did. So through the initiative of the rural campaign, we name it Beyond Barriers Mashinani campaign, that we really wanted the parent to understand that actually these numbers for teenage pregnancies are very high, child neglect, and even unsupportive parenting. When we were talking about the CBCs, and yesterday the ministry were talking about the attitude, about the new transition of education system, it is the same to the parents. To date, most of the parents are unbelievable that we are transiting to the new education system. Now, ukiwauliza saizi, hata most of them tukiwauliza, ni which level of classes those who are class 8 are moving, hawatakwambia. So, and then I was really interested, or I'm really touched by the EYC support. Imagine about using 75,000 only. We are, most of us, we are NGOs here. How much can we use to bring all media's campaign? Your budget yetu inaendanga mpaka ngapi? 500 to 1 million kuendelea, si ndio? But imagine at the grassroots level, tunaweza tumia just 1,000 and we do an impactful campaign that you can't believe. So I wish to say that actually at that level, we really need each other so that we can really go grassroots levels. As one of the impacts at that level is, of course, as we were doing the campaign and it was all over the televisions and even local stations, recently when we wanted to start the 16 days of activism, when we were planning, we visited the county stakeholders. So when we were at the State Department for Gender, and we shared that story, she was very interested. As we are talking now, we are the members of County Gender Technical Working Group. And then another thing is 60 grassroots organizations have been trained on positive parenting. And everywhere, even when we were at 16 days of activism, the ODPP office, Bungoma County, mentioned that currently we have the active cases over 200, and they are doing priority for the defilement and even the sexual offenses for the young girls. And they're saying we are pushing. We are talking to the police. In our campaign, you can see the police wearing our reflector jackets. They're saying we must push forward to see that this sexual violence, the early pregnancies are end. And when they get that report, they ensure they push it to the court, and they're very successful in the court. Then another demonstrated achievement is at our campaign, we were able to bring in so many partners. The Anglican Development Services that I also support in some of the program, Western, the Anglican Development Services Western. In fact, yesterday when we were here, they were doing inception meeting for sub-county level in a project called Gender Justice and Economic Empowerment. So through that, we are also introducing the issues of economic support, because most of these homes, the young girls are trapped because of the poverty and even lack of very, very basic needs. So we are bringing in other people to support the young girls. Also, we have an organization called Skills for Menders. They're also coming to support the young, the young families, the young mothers, and also strengthen the economic, especially in terms of food security, for most of the farmer groups through the community groups. And through that, we can really sustainably address and continue addressing the issues of post parenting and reduce the barriers to girls' access to education. I think I wish to say that those are very key achievements that through EYC we are able to see. And of course, we are linking up with the county stakeholders, both at the county level and even the national government stakeholders. Also, the local chiefs, the Nkau, are really working hard to support us. And in 16 days of activism, over 50 village elders attended our event, and like the old GK vehicles, both for the AP and the other one for ACC, were actually escorting us. And you could imagine that at only 75,000 shillings and able to bring in all those partners, you can't imagine. I also talked to another lady from Eldoret who is doing the program, the children feeding, and I asked her, I want to have a program that can really, during these 16 days, able to share with the young children. And she came from Eldoret voluntarily. I only paid her travel just from Eldoret and back to Eldoret. And she came, she talked to the children, and really we are feeling it has really created an opportunity for us as a community to be able to address our own issues. For that and many more, thank you so much for listening.
Thank you so much, Bungoma County, under the Gender Project. Now let's go to Makueni County. Welcome.
Good afternoon, dear colleagues. My name is Peter Owiti. I run an organization called Water Youth Development Project, and I'm also the host for the Makueni County Education Network. My presentation will be entitled Recognizing Gaps in the Board of Management in Oversight Role in Institutional Governance. One of the contributions, one of the roles of Elimu Yetu Coalition, and by extension Elimu Yetu Coalition, is to contribute to achieving the goal of education for all. This goal can only be achieved when, in partnership with the county government, the school institutions, and the communities are harmonized and working effectively. We in Makueni, we had 3 sampled examples on how the Board of Governors, the BOMs, have not been playing this role effectively to do their oversight role. We know the roles of the BOMs is to financial management, to oversee the financial management of the schools, the prudent use of the funds, the human resource management, curriculum and quality assurance, infrastructure and facilities, student welfare and discipline, community and parent education, and lastly, policy and governance. The three samples that I would like to refer to is that in one instant, a girl who was sitting for her exam was expelled from school. And we picked this one from a Twitter that was tweeted by one of the people. So as a SEN, when one of our SEN members alerted us of that situation, that a child is going to miss school because she has been sent away from school because of school fees, we set out a mechanism of engaging our partners. And we contacted the county government, shared the Twitter, the X now is called the X. We shared the X and say this child is being deprived of education by being sent out, being sent back home when she should be sitting an exam. And if she doesn't sit that exam, then it means that child will lose a whole year or even a lifetime of her career. Being in touch with the county education office, we got a feedback immediately that the child was not actually sent in school. And of course, to verify that, the county education officer called me to his office and confirmed with the principal when I'm there that the child is actually in class. The second incident is a child we met by the roadside going back home. When we asked, he was told to, they were sent away due to 2,500 that the children were supposed to pay to go to Amboseli Park. When we tried to pick up this issue with the parent declined to, for us to take up the matter. And because we wanted to protect the parent from anything, because we needed a consent for the parents, then the parent, we left that one stay, and the parent assured that that is going to look for the money to take the child to school. The key issue here is that when children are sent away from school, one, they lose their confidence. They feel like they are left out or they don't matter because the others are learning. The second thing is that when the child is sent away, you find that they may, if they are young girls, they might be waylaid by the way, by consent or by other means, and they only don't reach home in the evening when they had done other things. And that is a risk for the child and also for the parents. And the third thing is that this child loses. During that time when they are sent away and they are out of school, they lose learning, and catching up takes time. And this is one of the things that I said about the governance, the oversight role that the BOM should be playing, such that no child is sent away from school and lose learning time because of the loss that cannot be recovered. The third issue is that one a girl was sent home again for not paying school feeding program. This time they wanted 3,900, and the child is sent away from school. In our SEN, where I am hosting, we are doing what is called community-led monitoring, where we are monitoring the learning outcome. We are monitoring events that happen in the school that can make us not achieve the quality education for all children. And so we have a reporting center where communities now report issues that they feel are not being addressed, like chasing children out of school. So this particular case, a child was sent away, a young girl, was sent away for 3,900. We consulted with each other. I consulted my colleague, Bwana Ibrahim, and I consulted another colleague, Mudama, that now this child has been sent away. The irony of the whole thing is that when we identified someone through our SEN to pay the money, 3,900, and we said the school, please give us the account number to pay that 3,900 so that the child can now come back and join the other learners. They gave us a personal number of the school head. And for accountability, which we have been taught by EYC, how we track the school expenditures, we said we cannot give this money to a personal account of a head teacher. And we got stuck. So either the child remains home or we pay. The head teacher insisted that that's the system they use. When we inquired through diplomatic means, why should the money be paid to the account, personal M-Pesa account of the head teacher? The reason they gave is that it becomes very difficult if it enters into the general purpose account because you need signatories, so you cannot go and buy the food. We didn't buy that because food stuff for schools, for feeding program are bought in bulk. They are not just withdrawing, and so you can plan a procurement plan for getting the food. So after consulting with our colleagues, and of course we consulted with the EYC headquarters, whether we should refuse to pay the money so that the child doesn't attend classes, or we pay the money, which will encourage accountability, we'll have accountability issues. We decided that the child should not suffer. So we said the child become first. And so we decided to pay the money through the M-Pesa of the school, the personal account of that we were given, and the child went back to school. So this, why we are highlighting this is that we have realized under this discussion that the BMO members, they need more training in policy on finance, and so that they can able to monitor. And it's not only the BOM, it also involves the class representatives, so that the children are not sent away and the way of paying that money looks questionable. The BOMs also need a greater autonomy for effective oversight of the finances of the school, because if the money is going through the M-Pesa, then we are not able to account for it. So what is our recommendation? We recommend that this will be our advocacy for the year 2026, and we are in touch with the county director. We want to make we want guidelines and policies that does not punish the child. Let us punish the parents. The child's role is to attend school and learn and get better outcomes. Sending the children back home is punishing the child for things that she is not or he is not responsible for. He's responsible for learning. So let's punish the parents. And therefore, schools should have a mechanism of these levies being paid or recovered by not punishing the child, not making the child the victim, but the parents whose role is to pay those levies and help the child go to school should be the one to be punished. And they can develop that mechanism. So no child should be sent away. No child should, a mechanism should be developed for addressing those issues. And lastly, the community-led monitoring that raises flag. Like we said, in our office already we have a hotline where the parents and the children knows now that in Makueni Education Network, we have a number and that you can now call if you feel that your child is being laid out of school and is likely to lose, then we can be given to the SEND to give a redress. Another thing is that this intervention created a partnership with our country educational network, that now we have each other's number, that any issue that is a red flag, we discuss it mutually, and a mutual agreement is agreed upon the network at education. Thank you very much. That's what I wanted to present.
Thank you so much, Makueni County. And let's now move to Homa Bay County. Welcome, Dishafo from Homa Bay.
Good afternoon to all of us. I'm also short, so allow me. I don't know whether I'll manage this. Good. Now, I'm here to present the education advocacy for all, for every child in Homa Bay County. My name is Shuja Rolex. Shuja Rolex. That is my name. And on behalf of Hussein, I'm the director of Deshafo Integrated CBO, and also part of the Hussein. So I want to go direct to what has brought me here. The Homa Bay County Education Network is not working as a single entity. We have several organizations that are under it, even though Hussein in itself is registered as a CBO. So we have Ogande Special School that is also represented here today. There is also Hope Special School, also represented here today. There is Deshafo Integrated CBO, whose director is presenting here. And then there is Kewota. Kewota is also represented here. And then there is Hussein as a CBO, because in Homa Bay you cannot just operate without registering. So it is registered as a CBO. So the groups that are under Hussein, there are several activities that each group is special to. So there is Girls Mentorship Program that is handled majorly by Deshafo Integrated CBO. There is also Child Mentorship and Conference. There are conferences that are held for the children and the teens over the years from 2012, and they are proceeding, that is done by Deshafo. There is also parental engagement and empowerment done by Hussein. There is barriers to girls' education and skills that is also done by Hussein. These are the activities that took the center stage this year. Yes, we are almost crossing, all right. This year. So that is what I want to present to us today. Now, first of all, there is this that was really an issue to us. In order to be able to make sure education for all comes along well, you realize that teachers are having their retooling process, and the children themselves or the learners are also being taught in school, but there's this cohort, there's this group that are always left behind. Those were the parents. And we realize that you can really struggle to teach a child. The teacher also tries, and then when they reach home, they're not able to integrate. The parents don't know what is being done. And that was really a problem. When the teachers ask something of the children or of the learners, when they go home, the parents refuse. Not because they don't have, but because they don't understand. So as Hussein, we decided to take it down to the parents, and we decided to go to the interiors. And we realized that the town setup or near towns, some of them are able to relate with the process and with the system well. But those who are in the interiors, they were not able to understand. So we decided to go to the interiors. And what did we want to achieve? We wanted to make sure that we create awareness of the CBE because they could understand, they could hear. Rather, they could hear, but they could not understand. So we decided to go create awareness and also address the concerns and challenges faced by the parents and the students together so that they move together as a whole. And then we also decided to provide clarity on CBE. By the way, I'm a teacher by profession. So when I appear with my TSC number and me being a teacher, then they understand that surely this is a teacher talking to us. This is not a quack. So we measured on that and we brought it home so well. We also gathered feedback to improve CBE implementation, which we forwarded to the relevant authorities, and it did as well in Homa Bay. We also discussed the roles of parents because the parents were like, the CBE has come. Initially it was CBC. We tried to bring the difference between the CBE and the CBC. And we told them, no, the government is not confused. It's on that we're moving forward. And we tried to discuss the role of the parent and also the students and even the school in career pathway selection. We realized that it reached a point where now the parents didn't understand. They were like, now mtoto wangu akifika huku nitaenda naye wapi? So we decided to help them, and it was super good. And we also strengthened collaboration between the stakeholders to ensure success of the CBE in the county. So we measured on what the stakeholders wanted. We didn't go out of context. Thank you. So during this time, definitely it is never smooth. That is life. So what did we meet the challenges? There was limited awareness. Of course, like I said, they did not understand. So there were limited awareness among the parents. So some of them were hearing this CBE for the first time, and we really had to struggle to bring them on board. Then there was inadequate infrastructure. Some of the parts in Homa Bay are like the island. You take a ferry, the ferry has its own time. When you have to reach there, you reach, and then you realize the pupils are in class. And when you're almost to the peak, you're told the ferry is almost leaving you. So you realize that you have to cut it short and make sure you board the ferry and go back. And other places also were not accessible. But able to present this, and majority of these were captured, and we celebrated the Hussein. There was a strength and awareness and guidance. I'll not go much into that because of time. And then we also recommended that we improve infrastructure and resources. Where they were able to, they did. And then enhance teacher capacity. That one was given to the TSC. Thank God they were there, especially in the Mfangano Island and other interior places. There are places we could go, and then we ask them, did you see the police bringing your exams? And they say, we've never seen the police here. So we try to bridge the gap. And then we promote flexibility and inclusivity, inclusive pathways. So we try to help them to understand what was happening. These ones we presented and they were taken care of. Thank you, kindly. Pass. So there's this picture that we've always used earlier. Apart from, I've said that pass because I'll try to merge the recommendations. So apart from the parental engagement, there is also part of what Hussein does, that is teen mothers mentorship. We can agree, and all of us agree, that a teen mother is still a child. So when a child gives birth to a child, as you're training the child of the child, don't forget the child who is the mother. Hallelujah. So as Hussein, we are really also measuring on the teen mothers, because When we say education for all, there's this group that are dropping out because of they've given back. So we decided to bring them on board. So we are seeing masses there. These are the pictures that we took during the Teen Mothers Mentorship Program. So that is also an activity that we did. And we thank God for EYC that helped us at last year. These are pictures that were taken from the program, and we were held by the EYC during the 16 days of gender activism of last year. And there is also a teen mother mentorship session by Kawata, Deshafo, and the CHPs. In Deshafo, or rather not in Deshafo, but in our send, we incorporate all the stakeholders. Thank you, Twende. Then this is, we just picked the pictures and put them together. Thank God we are able to connect. So this one is one of the pathway, the parental engagements on CBE at Wayara Primary. If you don't know Wayara, don't worry. But we are seeing one of our members, Mr. Muga there, is really trying to talk to the parents, really expressing, and is trying to bring his height down so that the people are able to see him. Let's go, kindly. Then we are seeing Mercy there. During our mentorship program, we make sure you go with something. You see, you can't just go talk, and then there's nothing to show for it. So we come along with something, the Digni packs, and then we are good to go. They're able to listen to you well. Thank you. And there is also the mentorship program also for the parents. Don't worry. Thank God you're able to see. Now, for this is also another activity that we do. In Hossein, we also do the annual Children and Teens Conference because we are not able to bring them together on one day. So what do? That we organize Teens and Children Conference that takes a whole week. And during this week, we are able to mentor them. Each day has its own activity. And we thank God that it has always really worked for Hossein. And several parents are agreeing that this is an activity that Hossein has done and it is helping their children. During this time, we bring them on board and talk to them about education. We talk to them about life skill. We talk to them about the challenges that they face. We put them into groups, try to listen one to another. Wajua kuna hii time yenye mnaweza ongea watu wote. Kama watoto mtawaongelesha, mtafanya kila kitu, lakini kuna ile yenye kila mtoto anahisi peke yake, anapitia peke yake. We do that during the conference because it is 5 good days. So you see, we put them into classes depending on what they're able to do. So we are seeing these a particular class, the beta class. We are seeing kindly there is alpha class also being taken care of. We are seeing the beta class also having an activity there. And then at this point now, we merge them together. I want to tell our stakeholders that one of the things that Hossein has done is that every child we meet, we try to understand the child as a single entity so that we don't bring them in a group and try to take care of them as a group. And it has worked for us. It has worked for the children also. And another thing that we've always done, that when we are through with these children, we go to their parents and ask them what them as parents they feel about their children. In the process, we not only change the life of the child, but we change the life of the child as this one who is going to school, but also the life of the child in regards to the relationship between the child and the parent. Because you might work in the life of the child, but then when they go home, there is a lot of things that are happening, and then they don't go back to school tomorrow. Why? Because the relationship and the bridge between the child and the parent is interfered with. Thank you so much. I'm told my time is over. And I want to call on this. In the event you have time to talk to a child, talk to the parent of that child also. Because you might teach the child, but the problem you see you're solving is not here. It is at home. So when you reach the teacher, you reach the child. When you reach the child, kindly reach the parent. Because what the parent knows about their child is different from what the child says about themselves and what the teacher sees in writing. We're getting that? So that is one of the strengths that we've really majored on. And I want to thank Iwasi also for helping us when we were stuck, like, hey, we want to be able to do this for the children, the teen mothers, they came on board. And on that is what gave me standing the presidential award. That is why I call myself, I'm called Shujaa Rolex. So this year, because of what we've been doing in Deshefo down there, for all the years, it has been recognized in the nation, and they say that surely you're making a change in the life of the children, in the lives of the boys. Thank God we are not leaving the boys out. Men, are you there? Say, yes, we never forget the boys. And that is something that makes my heart get encouraged, because as much as we are, girls are going to school, but our boys are becoming so low because they are forgotten. Praise God. Shujaa Rolex. Imekata. Oh.
Thank you so much, Deshefo from Homa Bay County.
Shujaa Rolex.
Okay. Okay. I normally refer people to their organizations. I really do
that for me.
Okay, I'm so sorry. Okay, thank you so much, Shujaa Rolex, for the stories from Homa Bay County. Now let's welcome Tana River for the communique.
Well, good afternoon. Can you hear me from that side? Okay. You cannot hear me? Am I too far from the mic, or I've not switched it on? It is on. My name is Stephen Odur. I'm here on a very short assignment, following our breakaways earlier today, where you made recommendations. So I'll start with the recommendations that were made during the discussions on the refugee breakaway earlier today. There were recommendations that were made to government, and those ones that were made for the CSOs. Just in case I'll have missed anything out, you'll contact Lois to fix this. The first recommendation to the government in reference to the challenges faced by teachers and learners. We request the government to do the following: adhere to the international laws and charters for which it has committed with regards to refugee rights, needs, and interests, specifically the GCR, SDGs, and the Djibouti Declaration on Refugees. Recommendation number 2, ensure that no person is discriminated on the basis of race, gender, and gender as per the Constitution of Kenya on Articles 10, 27, 28, 43, and 53. In this context, ensure that all refugee teachers and learners experience and access opportunities with qualities that uphold human dignity, specifically on issues, remuneration, and teachers' well-being. Number 3, implement the ideas of the Shirika Plan of Inclusion and Integration. We ask the government to put in place operational mechanisms that accommodate all refugee teachers and learners in a manner that creates acceptable standards. Number 4, facilitate freedom of movement for refugee teachers, specifically, and streamline the process for refugee teachers to travel within the country without unnecessary bureaucratic barriers, especially when they hold valid documentation. Number 5, involve legal experts with relevant expertise to provide guidance and representation. Number 6, national government to include the special needs, training, and early identification and intervention for learners with disabilities in the TSC curriculum. To the CSOs, you who is seated there, these were the recommendations from that group. CSO to mobilize greater support for non-state actors to champion for the rights of refugee teachers. Number 2, the CSO should advocate for the inclusive policies through Ushirika Plan, e-government-led initiative that promotes the integration of refugee professionals into national development with specific attention to fair remuneration. Number 3, foster political goodwill among leaders to advance the inclusion agenda. Number 4, strengthen proactive advocacy efforts aimed at safeguarding and promoting the rights of refugee teachers. Number 5, collaborate with political leaders by CSOs submitting well-crafted memorandums. Number 6, support initiatives and processes that help refugee teachers realize their rights and access equal opportunities. I believe all the recommendations you suggested in that group were captured. If there is any that was not captured, you shall communicate that one right after this. In the breakaway sessions with the group that was handling gender, these were the recommendations that were made to the government. Number 1, lobby for and adopt county-level bills and policies that protect the girl child from harmful practices. Number 2, improve school infrastructure and ensure safety measures for girls across counties. Number 3, strengthen formal documentation processes for projects implemented in partnership with CSOs. Number 4, enhance the response mechanism for sexual and gender-based violence, including survivor support services. Number 5, strengthen county systems for reporting, investigating, and prosecuting cases, especially sensitive cases such as incest. Number 6, remove financial barriers that hinder girls' access to education. For instance, fees, uniforms, sanitary products, and transport. Number 7, abolish harmful cultural practices such as those that expose girls to risks. Number 8, scale up mental health programs for adolescents within school and health facilities. Number 9, enhance support for parental engagement in child protection and sex education. Expand the decreasing barriers to adolescent children education project to all counties and ensure it inclusively addresses the needs of all children, including girls, boys, intersex adolescent, for universal impact. And just so you may know, intersex is not homosexual. There's a difference between the two. They're usually confused. That one actually mean the same thing. They are not the same. And recommendations to the CSO with regards to the breakaway on the gender. Number 1, strengthen sustainability strategies to ensure continuity of interventions after donor exit. Number 2, increase male engagement and ensure elders and cultural leaders remain active in policy dialogues and FGM discussions. Number 3, strengthen partnerships with government departments, community leaders, and local stakeholders. Number 4, deepen community engagement and promote community-driven solutions. Number 5, enhance monitoring and evaluation systems to better track gender outcomes and impact. Number 6, support complementary interventions such as school meals to improve attendance and retention. Number 7, strengthen retention programs targeting adolescent girls, especially those at risk of dropping out. 8, raise awareness on drugs and substance abuse and its impact on education and safety. 9, promote financial inclusion initiatives for girls with disabilities. 10, provide mentorship programs for girls after high school to support transition to higher education or local pathways. 11, advocate for parental involvement in providing sex education at home. 12, address mental health needs of adolescents through advocacy, referral pathways, and community-based support. 13, increase awareness and interventions to reduce child neglect, especially in high-burden counties like Baringo. 14, advocate for the expansion of the decreasing barriers to adolescent girls' education projects to all counties. Those were the recommendations you gave today during the breakaways. That was my assignment and task for today. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Tana River. And now let's welcome our national coordinator, a champion of policy dialogues and transformative in our education sector. Welcome, Mr. Joseph.
Thank you so much, Daisy. If I'm a champion, you are Lion champions. We are in this endeavor together. And one of the characteristics of this particular conference, and every other person was able to actually take note of it, was the growth. Even the government officers told me, wow, you people are growing and you're growing very fast. And I said, yes, the number of people now holding you to account is growing. And this is something that we would want to see as we grow as a family. Over the last 2 days, we have had, including this day, we have had the privilege of getting presentations from the government. You know, please don't take it for granted that the government can come to this particular forum and say, guys, this is what we are planning to do. It is not something you should take for granted. And some of the information you get privy to is information that even the CDEs haven't gotten yet. So it's a great privilege when they come here and they try to explain, this is what we have done. One of the things that I would request you to make a follow-up on, because it's a very, very new project, is the project of CKIP. Even as it comes. We had CKIP, one that was emphasizing on quality. The current CKIP that is there is emphasizing on inclusion. But details as they come out, we will let you know, but it is something that I would propose that we follow up at our various counties. These are new projects. We also had an opportunity to actually get some briefing from our economic blocks. The lady actually came and told us, okay, these are the opportunities. You can use our framework to be a cost-effective entity, and it is one of those areas that we want to get in terms of education advocacy. We had an opportunity to hear, to get a briefing from what was happening in the counties. Today we have had the privilege of listening to stories from the counties, really, really, really inspirational stories. And when I see that kind of growth, it is something that really encourages me as a person who right now, I have the privilege of actually being part of the leadership team of Elimu Yetu. Some time ago, probably not even 1.5 weeks ago, I had the privilege of being invited by one of the youth groups here to their occasion, and they were launching their strategic plan. I like what the young people are doing. They're launching their strategic plan. And I got into this room and I'm surrounded by very young people, and they're looking at their activity from a strategic perspective. That's a huge challenge for us, even as community-based entities, even as NGOs here, operating with a strategic plan. And sometimes you may not have funds, but when you have a long-term plan, somebody can come in and somebody can support you. I think I want to take this opportunity just to ask you, let's clap for HKSI. Maybe guys, just a few guys from HKSI, you can stand up and we can see you. These are some of the young faces from HKSI, and they recently launched their strategic plan, a 5-year strategic plan. This is the kind of challenge that we get. And these are young people. And sometimes as people like ourselves who are now getting old, you say that there is a future. Because these are advocates that are taking over the steps, and they have a vision and they know where they're supposed to be. We have had the privilege of getting briefings from the sessions that we have had, and namely on gender and on matters related to refugees. We are going to compile this. We are going to look at that against the questions that we have had, and you're going to improve on that document to be a document of demand to the government. When some of us appear in sessions or stakeholders forum, This is the message we carry across. And that's the reason why when you came in and you're given a package, you were given a package of a summary of our call, what the government has done, and what are the gaps. That's one way of holding the government to account. And we are going to build onto that and include what we have had today, and we move even as we head towards transitioning to grade 10. Now, on issues of transition, there are certain things that probably we should be aware of. Okay, now when we are talking about teachers, I think TSC some time ago made a promise that it was going to actually get 25,000 teachers who will be part of the solution with the transition. That's what we should be following up on. At the end of the year, at the beginning of the year, that's a question that we should get. Have we recruited, as a nation, 25,000 teachers? The last time we checked, we got information here from Kicd yesterday that the materials are being prepared for transition, that some of them are ready. And they say that the materials is up to grade 10, grade 11. That is something we need an assurance of, so that as we transit, we get to know that we have got adequate resources. On infrastructure, yes, we know there are 13,000 classrooms that had been built some time ago. Probably on that particular account, they have done something. But we need to know, we need to have clarity in terms of pathways. This is what we should be following up on as an education sector. We'll keep you updated even as to when we'll be presenting before the close of the year the State of Education address. I don't want to keep you today for long. We were expecting the closing ceremony to be officiated by a member of parliament. They contacted us yesterday telling us that actually the parliamentarians right now are on recess, and the person that we had actually targeted is not known where he is. Unajua wao pia wanapumzika. You can imagine, just maybe you go holiday somewhere. So it is good to actually respect that. But it has been a good 2 days. For those ones who are new to the coalition, welcome to the family. When we speak to a coalition, you are not only the only ones. Here is the family. We are having the refugees also join us, and we are building up for the sake of the education sector in this particular country. I don't know if there is, I want to recognize the members of the board who are around. Before we close up, I can give them an opportunity. Yes, I can see Susan there as well. Who else is around? I want you to come. Those ones who are around, please come over. Oh, the chair is around. Chair Karibu. Chair Karibu, I'm going to ask them, maybe they can say something before we finish off. Now, before the chair comes and actually closes, I want to take this opportunity just to tell you that tomorrow, please do arrive at the time that you have been given the notice, because we'll be having our AGM, and we want to begin early so that we can also finish early. So that we don't delay, we finish the processes, and so that you can also have a good day. I want to take this opportunity to welcome the chair and members of the board. I think they have not talked. Susan, please come. Sheikh has also joined us. Maybe I can give them an opportunity, all of them, to say one or two things before actually we have the chair close the meeting for us. So maybe I'll begin with the Sheikh. Ama unataka kupumua? All the same. Karibu. Just say one or two things before we close up.
Okay. Good afternoon. Sauti kidogo sana namna gani bwana? Good afternoon. Wonderful. I know many of you, I have interacted with them. I'm Mohammed Sheikh. I work for Action for Sustainable Change. And I have been in this coalition for quite some time. And I also appreciate the membership who has given me an opportunity to serve for 2 terms. Ama tuseme 3 term. Hakuna 3 term. Bana tafadhali tunaongezea mara 3 term. Tubadilishe. Okay, thank you so much. It has been actually quite exciting to see members coming across the 47 counties who join here for Education for All to push the education agenda across the country. On behalf of the pastoralist community, whom also I represent at the board level, we are thankful for this commitment that you came all the way from your village. Many of a friend of mine, Mr. Omuga, who came from a village in Homa Bay, which of course is actually a remote part, not than northern Kenya, where I came from. I came from Mandera, the farthest. We say northern Mandera is not Kenya, but I am here in Kenya. I say northern Mandera is also Kenya. So thank you so much for the opportunity that you have given us to serve the coalition for the 6th term and for 2 terms. We have also tried our best to push the coalition to the next level, where we have picked 2019, and then today is quite different. So thank you so much. I could have loved to be given 3 terms, but it's not possible. But we'll rethink in the near future and the constitution, but no problem. But I will still work from within the coalition as a member, push education agenda at the country level, policy change and resource allocation where we can. Sinivyo? Wonderful. Thank you so much.
Mohammed Sheikh was also the member of the board who was leading the campaign in terms of the coalition. Yes, Madam Mary.
The coordinator, fellow board members, the chairman, distinguished members of the Limiyetu Coalition. Good afternoon. God is good, and all the time. I want to take this time to thank God. He has been good, taken care of us, and has enabled us to meet once more this year. We give him honor and glory. We have had great achievements. At the same time, we have had challenges. All these ones we put in the hands of God. I also want to thank you, like my colleague, for giving us, or giving me, the opportunity. My name is Mary Martini from Nyamira County Education Network. You gave me the opportunity to serve you in this board for the first time. It has been a wonderful experience. Our coordinator, Joseph, called Limiyetu a family. And indeed, I do believe and think of it as a family. For the past 3 years, now I'm able to recognize faces, where they come from, and I'm really privileged to be among you wonderful people who are doing a good service for this country. Your brilliant mind, your wonderful contribution, your care. We want to encourage you to go on. Kidogo kidogo uchasa kibaba. When we all come together here, we are enough to shake the nation. Like our coordinator said, very key important people come here to address us, because when we are together, if we decide to voice a decision together, we can make a difference. I'm a retired principal. I call myself an educator. This is the only forum that gives me an opportunity to express any feelings I have concerning education or concerning matters in this country. As we see that education is transformative, let's challenge ourselves whether we are really going to achieve that kind of transformation we need when we look at our country those of you coming from Nairobi, what can you see along the streets? A lot of our people are hungry. I don't know if I'm the only one who has noted. There's a lot of disparity between those who have and those who don't have. Maybe this is not a forum to say it, but also since I know we are welfare, concerned with the welfare of our people, how is education going to bridge the gap between those who have and those who don't have? Perhaps that's a question we should ask ourselves. But thank you so much. God bless you. I've served our organization for 1 term. I'm requesting for a 2nd term. I hope that we have served you to the best that we can. We will market ourselves in another occasion, but thank you for listening to me. God bless you.
Thank you so much, Madam Martini, for that. When you go to Nyamira, that's when you realize that she was a very respected principal in that particular county. At this particular time, I want to call upon Susan. Susan also to say something.
I'm a bit taller. Good evening to us. I'm really humbled this evening to come before you again. Our chair, the board members present, and all Elimu Yetu members. Good evening once again. Ningependa tu kumshukuru kwa the opportunity you gave us as Balm of Hope. We've continually served on board. I think this is our 3rd round. We started sitting on this board when we still had Mr. Andiwo. We went home. We came back, we served. We are again here. And we humbly retire and just say thank you as we encourage you to embrace the progressive dynamics in education. Let us embrace the adult education through the CPDs. It's a good therapy for our being. So as we close this session, nasema tu asante. Tomorrow for those who will be coming back, who will be vying for the same, we wish you well as you take elimu yetu to the next level. Asanteni sana.
Thank you so much. Yeah, Susan has been around for a very long time. Served, went, came back, did the full term. And that just underscores the importance and the contribution she has been able to make to the coalition. At this particular juncture, I just want to welcome the chair so that he can come greet us and set us free for tomorrow, even as we prepare for tomorrow's AGM. Karibu.
Hamjambo wa leo? Very good. Hata mimi niko mjambo. Hiyo ni Kiswahili sanifu. You know, I have translated literally from the Kalenjin language to Kiswahili. Because ukisema chamge, yenu kusema hujambo. Na ukisema achamege, kwa Kiswahili nasema nini? Hamjambo. Mimi. Asante sana. I want to say thank you for all of you. Thank you for the patience, the time you have taken. We are not taking it for granted. Without you, we could not be here. Without your contribution financially to Elimu Yetu Coalition, we could not be here. So we do appreciate your presence and we thank you for all the services you have given us. First and foremost is to say, when I took over as the chair, Elimu Yetu was almost empty. We were about 30 members. But now, we are over 200 plus. That is an achievement. which I can be proud of. Simunishangilie. Ama si achievement? Yes. So, because of today's function we are ending, I would want to say, those who are going back home, I wish you well. I wish you journey mercies. But those who remain behind, who will be with us tomorrow for the AGM, I still do welcome you for tomorrow's activities. Me, I'm not vying, I'm not seeking for any office. I've ended my term. The term is 6 years. I started in 2019, now I'm in the end of 2025. So I finished 6 years. What I would like to expect, or what I'm expecting from you, is to bring in people who are credible. Tomorrow is an election. Bring in people who are credible, who will come and push Elibuyetu further or higher than where I live. Sindio? Waende mbali zaidi. Zamani tulikuwa nasema wakati wa Moi, juu zaidi. Sindio hiyo? So I wish you all the best, those who are fine, and may God guide you, give you wisdom, so that you may pick the correct people. This is my humble request. I was looking at the list of those who are fine, and normally there is the 2010 Constitution of Kenya, and even our constitution in Limuyeto Coalition. We don't want to have what we call gender parity. We have, are you listening? Oh, the mic. Oh, let me use this one. This is my humble request, and it is my own opinion. It is not the opinion of anyone. Because when I was going through the list of the candidates, and we don't want gender parity, we only have about 3 or 4 ladies. And board members are how many? Ngumi, you know them. They are 8 plus the chair 9. Is it? Yes. Yeah? 8 plus 1, 9. Yes, 9. So, if possible, I am not campaigning for anybody, but because of the constitution, gender parity, we don't want to have it. Do something about it. Ujichazie vile mimi naelekea. Sitaki kusema kupita hapo. Munanielewa? And then the side of whoever, kama ni men, mungengane hapa. Kama ni hapa kesho, mungengane hapa. Yule atachukua, achuku? Sindio? Although in our constitution we are electing organization, but those who represented themselves as by the organization, naona wamama karibu 3 4 kitu kama hiyo. So kama itawezekana, let us balance, because each one of you are very important to lead the organization. You are very important. Those candidates, all of them, whoever wins, we say hallelujah. Sindio? Wakati wa hand over, nita hand over kitu iko very clean. Sio kama wakati nilichukua ilikuwa ni matope. Ilikuwa 0. You know, you remember we lost 2 years without having an AGM. If you can remember. Lakini tukarudisha meli kwa baharini na tukaendelea. So meli inatembea. Wale wataingia ndani waendeze kwa njia mzuri. I will remain a member of Elimuyetu, for your information. And I'll be attending all the meetings of Elimuyetu if I'll be invited. But I'll remain a member. Sindio? Ndio tupeleke hiki kitu mbele. Historia itaandikwa. Because when I look back, when I look at the gentlemen or the ladies who came earlier than me to be the chair, to be who, are no longer with us, except only one person from Kakamega who is with us. Nani wapi daktari? Ndio huyo. Let them see you. He was once a board member and he's still with us. There is also Mr. Ngumi. Ngumi. Stand, Bwana. He was a board member for quite a number of years. He is still with us. Sindio? So that is how to build an institution. We want to build this organization of ours to the greater height. So ladies and gentlemen, mukienda kulala, mulale salama, mufanye campaign. Mufanye campaign. Sindio? Mulete the right people. Ama namna gani? Yes. Sasa hatutaki maneno ya kupishana nini. Tunataka kesho mkisema nasema tumepata. Tumepata. Si ndio? Asanteni sana. Otherwise, I wish you a very good evening until we meet tomorrow morning. Thank you very much. So am I to close the meeting?
If you want to bless us with prayers, bless out.
Okay. Oh, good. Nimepewa kazi ya maana sana. When you see members of parliament in parliament, the person who usually pray is the speaker. Sindio? Sijawahi kuona member of parliament akiomba, ni speaker. So because I am the speaker right now, I want to pray for you and bless you. Let us stand. Father, in the name of Jesus, we thank you this evening. Thank you, Lord, because you have protected us. You have given us energy, Jehovah. You have been with us since we started this meeting yesterday, up to today. And Jehovah God, we are now moving in to another session tomorrow. We pray, Father, that you be with us. Give us knowledge, wisdom, and understanding so that we may do the work of tomorrow in the best way possible. Jehovah God, even those who are traveling, may you give them journey mercies. Those who will remain with us, may you be with them. Be with us, O Jehovah. Protect us until we meet the following morning. In the name of Jesus Christ we pray. Thank you.